My name is Hawkminer, co-director of Hex Labs, and one of 8 astronauts that managed to survive on our trip to planet 312C, a planet picked for colonization after the destruction and loss of all resources on RealmSmalec. This is a record of what happened on this journey, and so that history may know, even though we've passed through its pages by the time that you see this, that we did what was necessary, what was needed, and what was right in order to help civilization, in order to help the legacy of RealmSmalec live on. So although you may not look at us as heroes, you must remember that those who put forward industry are those that granted you what you hold today as the present and what we see as the future. Alright, this is recording number 1 on the planet 312C's moon. We're just going to go over what's gone on in the past week. A lot. It's been pretty tough, to be honest, guys. I'm recording this for future generations. So, where do we start? I guess we start at the beginning. A few days ago, I, as well as 7 other astronauts, were on a ship called Brightmore, sent from the Counter Space Center on RealmSmalec after life could not be continued there due to lack of resources. Our job was to find a place to colonize, regrow civilization, and hopefully continue what was RealmSmalec.
Without falling off. And if you look off in front of us, can you guys all see that featureless gray planet up there?
Yeah, is that ours?
Mm-hmm. That is our destination. So after a 4-month journey at light speed, the ship detected a planet 312C with suitable parameters for colonization.
However, on the way there, during the 4 months journey light speed, there was a break in the crew. And it was obviously Comster's fault. That princess... it's not a princess anymore, but I mean, honestly. Turns a space captain, all of a sudden he thinks he can just order people around. And he convinced 3 other crew members that flowers were the most important part of terraforming a planet.
Lasers, which of the terraforming types are you going to play for?
I think they're gonna have to correct me on this. I think we decided on the floral one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so one team member, well actually each of you should come in this room and press that green button individually.
Whereas we over in the right side know that industry is needed. We need coal. You can't do anything without coal. You need iron. You can't build anything that resembles civilization without iron. It's just ridiculous.
Anyway, I'll go back in here. Alright, so I need Team Hex Labs to come in and press the button of the type of module you guys would like to play for. Alright, so they're going for industrial minerals.
And so there was a split. And I ended up being the official spokesperson, at least temporarily, of our side, Hex Labs.
Go ahead.
What is your team name?
Team Hex Labs.
Hex Labs. Okay, cool.
My co-director of Hex Labs was not there. He accidentally ejected himself from an escape pod and was knocked unconscious. So it was radio silence.
All right, let me add that. Scoreboard. Let me see if this works this time.
In honor of Fom, who's going to join your team later.
Hex
Mm-hmm.
Labs. 0.0.
That's very noble of you.
Now,
Until we found him later. So, after the split, we had two sides. We had Team Lasers, who believed in flowers. Stupid hippies. And we had Team Hex Labs, which is pro-industry, because industry will lead you to victory. And so, on our teams, there was me, Fahm, who is missing at the moment, and Kavolta, previously a general on RealmSmalec. Eventually he joins our side, though, you know. And Cloudwolf, who is a command block expertise and basically just there for comedic effect, because, you know, all he does is talk about nonsense. So, on the other team, we have Comsure, their rebellion leader. We have Baker Bell, who everyone thought was harmless, until the flower girl with darkness in her soul let the darkness out. We've got Box, who I always knew there was something up with that guy. I mean, RID director, professional spy. Can never trust spies. Traitor. And then Keelan, who is just kind of a background, building palace, you know, but then she becomes an astronaut, and all of a sudden she wants to populate planets with flowers and build giant lasers. Some people, you can't tell what's going to happen once they go into the great expanse of space. Anyway, so while we're squabbling in the orbit of 312C, space pirates show up.
Okay, so while your teams were arguing about which type of terraforming you want to do to planet 312C, a group of space pirates has come up to the ship and has begun sighting you and attacking. Radar indicates that in about 3 minutes, the ship will be attacked by pirates. Unfortunately, Jay Gazmom, who's the pilot of the ship and the builder of the ship, by the way, has said that they have already jammed all of your weapon systems.
Unfortunately, the pirates weren't up for negotiating, even when I made a really good offer.
Wait, they didn't have any demands? They just started firing the second it's like, alright.
We'll give them Comsure.
These are space pirates. I can't speak to the intelligence or lack thereof. Okay?
And so, our ship began to crash, and it was going to explode, and so we needed to run. So we split. One team would go in each escape pod. Maybe one of them would make it to the planet.
With the destruction of your ship imminent, each team has to get all 4 or 3 members into your escape pod and shut the door. The first team to get all of your members into the appropriate escape pod and shut the door win.
But we had to grab whatever we could. And so we grabbed what we could in order to survive as much as we could, and hopefully more than the other team.
Oh gosh.
So we see Comsure and Kavolta are immediately into Biosphere with Cloudwolf grabbing some wood and leaves. We've got some people in one of the storage rooms digging through chests.
But there was some accidents. A few people fell out of the cargo bay.
Oh no! Oh my goodness. Well, there I go.
Yeah, I felt too. The map is too dark to see.
Yeah.
Did you guys fall in these cargo bays?
Yeah.
Through the open doors?
And Team Hex Labs was not off to a good start. We were a man down, with Fawn being unconscious somewhere in an escape pod hurtling through space. And Cloudwolf had to use 3 clones after falling out of the cargo bay 3 times. And Kavolta had used 1. So in the end, all we actually had for resources were what I had in my inventory and whatever was in the emergency capsule in the escape pod. But, you know, if we'd actually landed on the planet, it probably wouldn't have been a problem. Just put some terraforming pods down and we're set. But it's never that easy. You see, our trajectory was knocked off by the firing of the pirate ship and the explosion of our ship. And so we hit the moon instead. Isn't that fantastic?
This doesn't look like the planet, though. The pod ejection system seems to have been damaged by the explosions. Of course, both teams blame each other for that. Now, the terraforming and the escape pods do seem to have landed correctly on the planet, or on this small moon that we are on. We are on one of the moons of the planet.
So we're stuck on the moon now. Nowhere to go. Team Hippie, or Team Laser, as they prefer to be called, has put up a terraforming pod onto the planet, firing it off at the moon's surface. Not that we can actually get there, but, you know, they count that as winning.
So the winning team from the last challenge, the Team Lasers, is going to get to launch their terraforming pod at the planet. So that would be Team Lasers, who picked Floral.
We eventually found Falm, and we've begun setting up Hex Labs base after being told by an omniscient, apparently omnipotent, or omnipotent, if you want to speak like a normal past RealmSmalec. Yes. So he told us that we needed to do some stuff. We did. We've chopped down some alien trees. We've built a nice little place to call our own. And now we just need to survive, I guess. I guess that's the goal now, isn't it? Eventually, we might make it to that planet. And eventually, we might actually fulfill our goal. I will make more of these recordings as stuff goes on. I will also make sure to try and keep you updated so you know what actually happened and not the twisted truth that was probably told to you. This is Hawkminer of the past, signing out, hoping that you in the future realize that we did our best, and you should remember that.